Come on, let's go! We gotta catch up with Scooby-Doo!
In the middle of nowhere, Scooby-Doo found a little courage.
That's me!
It's my friends.
Oh!
And a lot of adventure.
Like, man, this place is totally freaky. Why is the water dripping upward?
Now,
If you're in a situation,
I've never seen cicadas that big before. More weird and creepy mysterious stuff happens in nowhere than anywhere else in the world.
It's on our flag.
getting scared, then welcome to the town that isn't there.
Enjoy.
Yes, Ma'am.
there's nowhere to run.
The insects grow to crazy sizes here.
Where creepy is a compliment, bananas is a verb. Bravery, I'm confident, is still a dirty word.
And nowhere to hide.
Gesundheit!
Oh, thank you.
If you're falling down a rabbit hole, the only way is so laugh until you cry a bit, and then you get unstuck. Are you nutty as a fruitcake? Are you loony as a tune? And quit your scowl and do some howling at the moon, like me. Woohoo!
We gotta save Scoob!
Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Woohoo! Jackpot! Watch the masters at work!
Needs more mustard. Excuse me. Must have been something I ate.
Look for it on digital and DVD.
Hey guys, Robert here, and I got a new guest with me. It's been a long time since he's been on any of my streams, like a good couple of years, I think, actually. But
I know, feels like it's been so long.
But he has done some movie reviews again a couple of years ago. Hey guys, this is Alex, or Kingdom Key 23, whichever one you want to go by.
Hey guys, it's good to be back in the multiverse again. I hope I'm in the right multiverse. You have the beard. You have the beard, so I know I'm in the right timeline, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it's not a goatee at least. If it was a goatee, then you should.
I'd be screwed.
Oh yeah, because that would be the evil timeline.
Yeah, like on Star Trek.
Yep. So, yeah, well, as you probably see him on the title card, that we're going to be talking about the straight out of nowhere Courage and Scooby-Doo crossover. The first Courage stuff in years.
Oh, I know. The last time it was 2014, I believe, was the Fog of Courage.
You had Wallace Shawn as Eustace. A interesting choice, but I got a better replacement with Jeff Berman here.
Yeah, I thought so. It was a good little short. I think it went a little by too fast, but I'm like, yeah, I'll take anything Courage, you know.
Oh yeah, we both love Courage. We both love it.
Yeah, that's why he. Yeah, that's why he brought me on here, because, like, you know, ever since I was young, I've always compared to all the other Cartoon Network shows on the time, there was something just unique, and it just got really dark and crazy. And hilarious.
Always, and yeah, it was one of those things that it was one of those episodic plots, much like Billy and Mandy and all that stuff, where you didn't have a straight continuity, you didn't need it. Because how many times did it end with like Eustace dead or something, and
or they don't remember who the villains are that showed up previously to make their problems a living hell.
Well, they're old people though, especially Muriel. Especially, I am not surprised Muriel always forgets who they are. Always.
Yes, I do.
And Eustace doesn't even care.
Nope, just sitting in my chair.
Why, huh? That's my favorite line from his always. Why, huh?
Yeah, but, you know, the unfortunate thing with Courage, though, it just got because, like, I think people really liked it back then, but it just kind of got sandwiched between the other juggernauts, like Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy, and all that stuff, which is why it sadly had a short lifespan.
Short compared to those, but still long compared to other cartoons.
Yeah, that's true. But even then, just because I heard rumors a while ago that they were going to do this. Actually, there was a Courage and Scooby-Doo sort of a crossover thing they did on Cartoon Network a while ago. It was like a promotion. It was just between the two, and they marathoned all their shows. But this is obviously the first legitimate crossover between them. And at first, I heard it was a rumor, but no, it came out. I was just like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see Courage again.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, I also found out, did you know that Maxwell Adams, funny enough, I met you in Grim Adventure, the Billy and Mandy. who directed the last Scooby-Doo movie. He was offered to do this, but because the original creator wasn't involved, he politely said, no, thank you, guys. If it was anyone else, yes, but not Courage. Basically because he felt too much respect for the creator, which for not him not being involved, this was good still without the creator involved.
Yeah. I could kind of tell even when I saw the trailer, because something about the animation style was different. It kind of more closely matched like the Scooby-Doo direct-to-DVD movies in a way, but you could feel like it was made by people who love the who love the source material.
It helps that the writer. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say because the writer is Michael Ryan. He worked on some episodes of Mystery Incorporated, and he also did the if you remember, there was a Johnny Bravo crossover he did with Courage the Cowardly, not Courage the Cowardly Dog, Scooby, which is hilarious.
It is one of the best. Joe Barbera, who's that?
Drinkies. Is that like a breakfast cereal?
That tells you right there. And and the first scene is very much out of that episode of the subverting stuff, because let's just dive right in.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
Yep, we open up with, and obviously now I'm not going to show it. We don't want to show clips or anything like that.
Yeah, especially Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, first we open up with Daffy bouncing around the logo, of course, but instead of Scorpion, it's Porky who does it, which makes sense. In the new Looney Tunes shorts, they've gone back to Porky being the straight man and Daffy being this bouncing around lunatic.
Yeah. I mean, that was nice. Although I still love the one they did for Mortal Kombat with Shaggy.
Like, get over here, man!
I couldn't believe. I'm like, oh my god, they actually referenced the
Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yeah. But anyway.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so they've just they've defeated a bad guy, some bank robbing clown, and one of the jokes I don't care for was the Scooby and Shaggy take a bunch of selfies and everything. It was like,
we got to be relevant to the kids.
Yeah, but that was one joke that I felt like you were padding time.
Of course.
But yeah, then all of a sudden, Scooby starts acting bonkers, and
I know
it's the familiar Courage. Dun dun dun.
I know. I was so happy when they do that. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're definitely by people who love the Courage.
I know, but the thing is though, that's not the noise they're hearing though. It's some other like vibration or something, but it's making them. They can't hear anyone talking, nor do they and they start dancing, and Scooby runs off, and Mystery is like, let's go after him. And the police haven't shown up, so what does the clown do? Put his mask on and takes the money, and he's still tied up.
I know, that was funny. I was like, okay.
When you realize they never ever really truly tie them up that securely, because they always have the cops there eventually to hold on to them. It's like,
I know, they usually wait.
Yeah, but in this case, it's because
family emergency.
Yep. So they drive off, and they have a tracking chip in the collar, and at first I didn't realize what was up with Velma and the tablet first. It turns out it was a big part, but I didn't realize it. First I'm like, really? When did Velma ever need a tablet?
I'm not sure. Again, I haven't watched the other many of the direct-to-DVDs, like after, like the ones that came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
I've been hit and miss on those. The last ones I checked was definitely 13's Ghosts. I mean, come on. It's going to resolve the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but that's what I heard. Like, they're kind of hit and miss. Like, sometimes, they can be good, but then other times they're just kind of like, they're reusing the same formula that they always do, and that's pretty much it, Right.
Funny enough, the director of this movie is the one who directed that 13's Ghost movie.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
Yeah, so she's experienced with it. But yeah, so basically they fall over, and at the same time, Courage, we just jump in. He's already doing this. Because we're hearing the same thing. And Eustace being Eustace. Stupid dog. I think they overdo the mask in the movie too. I think.
Yeah, like once or twice I'm okay with, but I kind of missed that Muriel didn't get a chance to bonk him on the head.
Nowhere in the movie, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, a moment of silence for Thea West, the voice of Muriel. Yeah, that was sad, and she came out of retirement to do this role because that tells you how much she loved doing Muriel.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if they're ever going to do something else Courage related, but I feel like it wouldn't be the same without her.
It wouldn't. I don't think
she had this kindness and this warmness to it, and she did like this perfect like Scottish accent that just sort of complimented it. And just, exactly. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
The only one I would accept would be Cassie Susie, given how she did young Muriel. I could see her possibly pulling off older Muriel. Possibly.
Kinda, yeah.
Hi, I'm Muriel. I am only 3.5 years old.
Oh, yeah. What a classic episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, Courage gets outside, and then he meets up with
shows
Scooby.
up. And yeah, like, you're a dog. What do you think about Frank Welker's Scooby? I mean, I think he's finally grown into his own, and made it his own.
Yeah, I watched the original. I grew up watching the original show, but just kind of Frank Welker has always sort of been embedded in my mind as Scooby-Doo.
Well,
so
recently, it's always been Messick. It's always been Don Messick for the longest time. And again, with Frank, it's different. It's very different. It's more like this. It's opposed to. It's like, it's normally what you would think someone doing an impersonation, but he adds this, like Scooby's. I wouldn't say he's old. He doesn't sound like that, but it definitely sounds like he more. I mean, I'm trying to find the right way of putting it. It's kind of hard.
I know. Jeopardy music, please.
Never mind.
We need a moment now.
No, never mind. Let's move on. No, but then Scooby. But right after they start, like, did you hear all that noise? Yeah, and all that. That was great. Just having the two dogs talk. Now, the fact they do sniff each other for a while, like.
Of course.
Courage is the first one to stop sniffing. It's like, ooh. And I do like it. They don't have Courage talk too much in this.
But I am glad that it's his original voice actor too.
Yep.
Marty Gribstein?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The things I do for love.
For love. Yeah, he does say that at one point.
Yep. Ah!
Yeah.
That scream of his, everything about him. This still shouldn't happen to a dog. I
know.
That's the show, but which is better than the original pilot, which was this shouldn't happen to a dog.
Yeah, I definitely thought it fit better. But then, like, the cicadas show up, which, fun fact, I think the person who, it was Michael Ryan, who you worked on Mystery Inc., there was actually an episode that dealt with cicadas in Mystery Inc.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Mystery Incorporated, I'm sorry.
That is dark. It's the dark one. The dark series.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen it, but I've heard
You should. You'd like it. But, they show up and what the hell was Daphne with the croquet melon? It's like,
I don't know.
They just act like she's used it. It's like, okay.
There's a bug problem,
I practice my swing and I hate bugs. It's like, now, again, I've always loved Gray doing Daphne. She just nails the role.
But we got a big Gray fan here, just to let you know.
I've met her a couple of times.
Yep.
And what do you think about with Velma? It's let me double check her name.
Velma. It's Kate Mercousi.
Webby and all that from DuckTales and everything.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, and of course Lillard as he's done Shaggy for so long. He's pretty much all I can think of now. With Casey gone.
Yeah. I mean, it does take me a little bit to adjust to it because I'm so used to Casey's voice, but it does. But I do get into it.
But so they show up, they help, and right after they get rid of them all, Muriel invites them all in and uses her like, stupid.
Stupid meddling kids.
I know. Again, Eustace and Jeff Berman does a great job. It's just a perfect blend of the original two voices.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would say his ooga booga booga leaves something to be desired, but everything else, I don't know, something about the original two actors could do the ooga booga booga, but something about Jeff felt a little off, but everything else was fine.
Again, but I think if it was just once or twice, it's like, okay, but they kind of overplayed it a little bit without any variation,
Exactly, except for the one, the plague doctor mask, at least.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but and then of course you have the animation designs it's meant to clash, and I love it for that. It's like, how can these two exist in the same world?
I know. I mean, that's what you expect when you're gonna have two radically different shows just come together.
Yep. Hold on a second.
But yeah, I guess while he's doing that, but other stuff. Oh, were you fixing something?
Yeah. I just had a pause. Turned out I had something downloading, and I forgot. Oh crap! To take it away from my internet.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need that.
Nope.
You don't want me to be going fuzzy and going,
right.
Yeah, but I thought the animation was good. I felt it tried its hardest to capture the animation of the original Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think it did a good job, but you definitely tell they had to try and get in the Scooby-Doo stuff as well, trying to blend those two together.
I think it's the coloring that really, it's basically, the models are on point, but the coloring and the lighting are more Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
definitely. You see some weird shade, the usual Scooby shadings on Courage and Muriel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of weird, but it's like, again, it's kind of what you expect, because it definitely feels, because it is I know it's a collaboration, but it's definitely more of a Warner Brothers production.
Right, and I do love how while they're eating these delicious cookies, while Muriel's back is turned, this hairy monster comes out of the thing.
Typical. Typical, you know.
I know, but even more typical, the others they're reacting, but they're like, they got it.
Yeah, those two dogs.
But Muriel, she's such a sweetheart to them. It's like, so you're a Riddler solver, something, you know, like that.
Yeah, I like that little back and forth with her and Velma too. That was
especially when later on when they're trying to get an invite to the mayor. I didn't know nowhere had a mayor.
I didn't vote for him.
I know. What was the joke he made?
You know who didn't vote for you? Me.
I know, me. Right.
Right.
Again, they did get Eustace right. It's like this, well, come on, cranky old man. But yeah, during this, you have them in the two vehicles. Then the creature takes over and everything. They're just like driving around, and Muriel's just right in there, just all like,
oh my!
I know. Again,
my giant bug chasing us.
It's typical Muriel. There's a monster in that car chasing us. Oh, and you could call him Eustace. I'm like, ow,
burn.
Ouch.
I forgot about that one. That was total burn. That was awesome.
Was a total burn. You could call him Eustace. Call him Eustace. It's like, wow, lady, I know that's your husband, but
oh, she knows. She knows. Deep down, she knows.
She knows. But yeah, they end the car and the truck gets blown up, so they have to.
My truck.
Now, in case you were wondering, the weird stuff with the Mystery Machine, they've been making modifications of that throughout all the movies. So
okay, because all of a sudden, just Daphne pulls out all this stuff. I'm like, well, is this becoming the Batmobile at this point? It might as well be.
Yeah, well, again, they've been through so many mysteries having to deal with stuff like that. I think the writers have gone in basically saying, it's pretty much tricked out like the Batmobile. Just
really is. No, I'm fine with it. I think it makes it more ridiculous, you know?
It makes it more ridiculous, but it allows these action sequences.
I know, because again, it's the WB animation, so there's some really good chase sequences and action sequences in the movie.
Yeah, especially with the car just like vroom, 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 vroom. But yeah, then they eventually make it to the mayor's place and everything.
Right. And that was one of my favorite parts where it was Daphne. She knocks on the door. The creepy guy shows up, closes the door, and then Freddy goes like, "Why don't you try knocking again, Daph?" He goes, "Why don't you try knocking again, Freddy?"
yeah. You try again, Fred. It's like, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, basically you have these two basically this lurch-looking guy and this
creepy woman. Yeah,
basically they're a mixture of the two from Rocky Horror Picture, among so many other cliched gossip.
Yeah, like how the Addams Family, pretty much.
Yeah, but basically they're there. You have the mayor there, and basically it's just the three of them, and yeah. But once they're in there, that's where we get one of the overused Ooga Booga. We're like, hey, you three, guess what? Ooga Booga Booga! Like, even I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was so out of the blue.
Yeah. Like I said, it would have been better if at least he got a bonk on the head or something.
I know, it's now, and it totally is so close to the next one when he finds the Plague Doctor mask. It's like, you didn't need the first one. This one, that one at least was fine because he's standing next to it. So it's like, that was like, but I groaned because of the other one then. Because why didn't you just stick with this one?
One booga too many, man. You know, one booga too many.
Exactly.
But yeah, then the mayor comes, invites them to sit at the table. They're talking and stuff, trying to figure out why all this weird stuff is happening.
And the mayor's a perfect amalgamation of the two styles. Like his body structure is very much a Courage, but the details on him are Scooby-Doo.
I know. Again, I was impressed by that because it definitely felt like something out of Courage, you know?
Yeah.
Like sort of the way the sort of the skinniness of it and just the
broad
exaggerated
shoulders and then
yeah,
down to a tiny waist and everything. But like I said, but his facial, like the glasses and everything, that felt more like Scooby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then like they go their separate ways because like Velma wants to see they had like a museum in there, right, or something.
Yeah.
So they they split up as always, and then the cicadas start coming. They're like giant, by the way.
Oh yeah, they are huge. They are fucking huge.
Yeah, and in the mansion, it does become sort of like typical Scooby-Doo stuff where you have to run through the doors and all that stuff. They disguise themselves trying to trick the cicada and all that stuff.
Yep. Oh, and again, you have another Eustace making a food mask again. I'm like, ugh! Yeah. The food mask is where I was losing it then. I was like, seriously? But we then find out, turns out the whole plot of the story is about what causes the strangeness to come to nowhere.
Yeah, which we do find out, actually.
Yep, but not yet. But we basically, they watch this video that sums up everything, but you're like, the strange thing is they put emphasis on two of the recurring villains, La Quack and Cats. Yeah. And it's like, why did they focus on them, but then summarize everyone else? And and I love how they have the news guy. And
I know it's original actor too, so I was happy to see him again. We interrupt this program to bring you courage.
And then as a pup, he was found by Muriel.
Yeah, but it was nice to see him again.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, well, it turns out he's the same voice as La Quack and Cat as well.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Right, but yeah, so they go through all this stuff. It's a typical Scooby stuff at first.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, it's fine, but it's like, we've seen it 100 times.
Yep, but I think this was meant. But later on, it gets more Courage-like as we go to the next part.
Yeah,
but,
that's where. Yeah. But yeah, so they discover it's some sort of hypnosis machine that's causing the people of nowhere to bring
money over all the way to, and he's just rolling with it. It's like,
of course,
even the clown's like, well, easy come, easy go.
Oh yeah, like money, I'm rich.
I get it. Eustace is just like,
yeah, it's like, hey, I'll talk about this money.
Musical number. I'm like,
yeah, what? I was like, yeah, no. Hey, it's like I'm all done to see Eustace doing funny stuff, but I'm just like, a rap song, really?
No.
Like, really? No.
Again, I think that was padding.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But basically, everyone gets captured except for Scooby and Courage, and they have Velma's tablet. And now here's the other thing: it's Jeff Berman doing the computer's voice. That was the one voice I did not like.
Yeah, it was definitely not the original.
It was definitely not. Even though the guy who did the newscaster and all that stuff, he was he's a fill-in for the voice. Now I know the guy who did the original voice is still around, but
yeah. But again, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They could probably add scheduling or other stuff like that.
Berman, who did a great Eustace, but his computer voice just felt so a pale imitation.
Yeah, that part felt, except for the part where he was flirting with the Velma's
the tablet, which that was the whole reason behind the tablet, so they can share the notes and everything. Because of course, Courage and Scooby have no idea what she put in there, so it's like hook it up and it's talking to it. I'm like, okay, but
yeah I was like, ooh, things are getting steamy in here.
Yep. Now again,
I'm a little. Yeah, no, go ahead.
The writing felt like the computer. But
except he didn't call Courage a twit, so 0 out of 10.
True, but I think that's all because you had Scooby there and everything. Yeah. So it's like, I'll be polite.
Yeah, I guess that's the one thing that some might turn some people off. I'm still happy to see it either way, just to see Courage again. But it doesn't. I think obviously because Scooby's there and he's still like, not saying Scooby had his dark moments, but they obviously, especially with the direct to DVD stuff, they're a bit more like on the softer side, so it doesn't go like that edge side that Courage has,
True, that's true.
Now, I'm not saying that's bad or anything, because I get why they have to do it.
Oh yeah, and I would say that with the computer not calling him a twit, I think it's because there wasn't that much setup for it this time. Because Courage didn't ask him a stupid question. Really, it was like, because normally that's when he would call him a twit. It's when he's doing something stupid, and the computer's like, "Of course, you twit. That's this."
Yeah, I know. But still love it because they're just like the computer and the tablet are flirting with each other, and you see them just like, oh, come on, guys.
I know, that is so what would happen in Courage. You'd be like, oh,
oh yeah, and I'm so glad they did when Courage transforms into stuff, because they did where he at one point he dresses up as Velma, which was so funny.
Yeah, but
he
yeah,
goes, Zoinks! Shaggy.
I know, but they ended up digging their way down, and it turned out, there's this ancient meteorite that crashed right under. It turns out there's a reason why everything kept coming to the house, which I'm like, okay, you know what? That makes sense.
It does.
That would actually explain a whole lot, that there's this weird, meteorite, right underground. That's why they didn't get they got the worst of it, but they didn't get full brunt of it because it was underground.
Yeah, and that explains why it's always their house. It always happens.
Always their house. But yeah, they make their way down there. They find
and also, before that, they have the cornfield scene where apparently Courage has his own snacks, but she's just like, I just got Muriel's like, oh no, I just got them from the store. I didn't actually But then the cicadas, they kidnap everybody but the two dogs, and then that's when they go to the computer, and then they go digging their way in. Which again, another great scene where they have the meteor, and it's causing them to shapeshift into all this other stuff. Which I thought was very fun and creative. Oh yeah, especially at a point where Daphne becomes like 8-bit and everything. Oh, that was great. Especially right near the end where she lands. You actually hear that, like. They actually did use Mario sounds. I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. Yeah, but yeah, you have everyone turning all these different things and all that, and then eventually it becomes a big fight with Courage again, dealing with the cicada. It was the leader one. Yeah, that's where I think the third act was really the third act I thought was the strongest part, just because it was Courage. It was all Courage, and it was just such a great scene. Yep, and him trying to stop it. I know, and if this felt like, especially when we get to the end, the fact that we found out the origin behind everything, this felt like this could have been a Courage finale, especially when how much he dominated the final act. I know, and given who the cicada actually is, it made sense. Yeah, well, we'll get there in a moment. But yeah, that final fight, though, was great. You have Muriel just cheering him on, which, let's be honest, she doesn't usually do that. I know. Because again, I could see what you could mean, especially because like that's like probably the most like messed up we've ever seen, like nowhere. It's kind of like almost the end of the world, and Courage has to face this final challenge to overcome before everything's peaceful now. Yay! Exactly. But yeah, but the fact that Muriel, like I said, Muriel's just usually so oblivious to everything. I know. Yeah. But yeah, they defeat him. They get out of there, and it turns out it's the mayor. Not really. Not really. It's Cats and the Quack. Now this, it was funny because like you see all these other they make all these references to other Courage stuff. The sergeant, lieutenant, and were the creepy people and at the manor. Yeah, because I didn't think they would show up because there were just all these cute little references to all the other Courage villains. That's nice, but them actually show up, I'm like, okay, bravo, I got to give you that. Well, who else would have been under the mask, really? Yeah, that's true. This new character or two of the more recognized of the reoccurring vocal, speaking villains. Yeah, that's why I thought it weird when I saw the trailer. I'm like, who's this mayor dude? I guess original character for the movie, but it's like, aha, you got us. Yep, exactly. Although the fact they actually make, I think it's because they're holding on to the meteorite. It's why the absurdity turns up to 11 in this last few moments. That's why I accept it, because it's like, okay, they're really going all over the place. Oh, right, the meteor. Yeah. But yeah, because then, the sergeant and lieutenant show up. I know, that was good. They come out like, yes! Oh my god, it's so good. You have all that. And then Mystery Inc. keep thinking Cats is an actual... I know, they keep trying to pull his face off. I'm like, I assure you, I'm actual Cat. I know, they're like, oh, please. But it's like, probably because Courage is not a full-on as consistently talking as Cat. It's why they find it more hard to believe than Courage talking, because Courage is not. I think they're like talking dog. We could believe it. Well, yeah, I mean Scooby-Doo. Walking, talking cat. Heck no. Yeah. Rats. Yeah. And then it leads into a big dancing number, and then Courage gets the final line. Yeah, he does. That was great. It was all that. I forgot what it was. But yeah, then they lost all his money, and Eustace comes down too, and he gets pulled into the dance because gravity is gravity doesn't exist. Oh, good night, folks. I was like, well, good night, folks. Well, good night, folks. And that was it. If this was the last thing they do for Courage, again, even though the creator wasn't involved,
this felt worthy, especially a last one for Thea White. This is the most she's ever done. This was the most she's ever gotten with the character.
I think because like it wasn't just like, oh, Muriel, we got to save her as usual. She like sort of formed this friendship with the Mystery Inc. crew. Like you sort of saw them develop, especially with Velma.
But
like even when Velma,
her, though.
Yeah, like even when Velma didn't like get the riddles right, she's like, "Don't worry, dearie, you're a very smart girl," and all that stuff.
Exactly, it's typical Muriel, and again, she doesn't change at all. That's what I love best. No one changes throughout.
Yeah,
this.
they're still the same characters, but like so, especially Muriel again, just she gets a lot more time.
Exactly, that's the thing. Though. She gets more time. She doesn't become a badass or anything.
Yeah,
and which is fine and all that. And Eustace is Eustace,
of course.
And nothing.
But again, why they couldn't go too far with like going dark, because Eustace doesn't really get a comeuppance like he always does usually. Like he gets eaten or like gets crushed or whatever. But it's like, again, I understand.
And you still need this to be a mystery instead of that's the one thing. The fact is it's a mystery as opposed to these were real creatures, which is what Courage used. Well, at least for the leader of them. I think the other bugs were real, given all the stuff.
Yeah, it was probably because they were hypnotized or something. Because again, they probably heard the frequencies.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you know. At the first time they stopped hearing it, it's when the bugs came out and everything. And once they were done, it's like, it stopped. It stopped.
Although I like your Scooby, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it is funny. It's funny how relevant the cicadas are now, given how they're like freaking show up everywhere. When you hear them going, it's like it works. It works. You know, it's like perfect timing.
Yeah, and again, overall, this was a great blend of the two, I would say.
It really was. I feel like if you were going to do a crossover between these two cowardly dogs, that's probably the best way to go.
And neither one really truly overshadowed the other. I mean, Courage more so, but it's set in his town and everything. Yeah. But they each had, like I said, the stuff at the mansion, that was more Scooby. Then the stuff at the end was more Courage.
You're right. That is a good way to think about it. In a way, they both got like really some time to shine.
Exactly. And then the ending, it's both.
Yeah,
just slammed in together. Like, let's find out who it really is, and then it just the insanity of Courage kicks in. Then
it really does. Yeah, and like if this was like you said, if this was the finale to Courage, I'd be happy with it. I don't know what else they could do. Again, I think especially because of. I don't think you could do it without Muriel's original voice actress.
Yeah, without Thea White, you can't.
You really can't.
Yeah, you can. You can still have the voice for Courage, yes, and we found out with Jeff Berman, you can have a good Eustace replacement. But yeah, without Thea White, I mean, like I said, I could possibly see Cassie Susie try it at least, but that would be what I was saying. Trying it, I'm not even sure I would accept it.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, definitely if you love Courage the Cowardly Dog, you're going to like this. Because even though it's not the creator, you can definitely tell they love the source material and trying their hardest to replicate it.
Definitely, which is one thing I will always give these Scooby guy and writers and creator teams when they do these movies. If they have a guest appearance or someone, they make sure that they are well handled, well loved. You had Elvira in the last one, as well as Bill Nye and friggin' Scarecrow from Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the Maxwell Adams directed one. You've had some other ones in the past, and each one of them, like, they still, like, the 13th Ghost. Even though it ended with them trying to say maybe it was a real ghost, maybe it really wasn't, that which frustrated people. Even though they did that, it still felt respectful. Like, this still felt like you're trying to close the book on that series. Yeah.
And, I haven't seen that one, but at least they got a good replacement for Vincent. Vincent?
Vincent Price. Marissa Marsh has been doing that for years.
Yeah, of course. I mean, who else?
Yeah, but yeah, overall, though, I mean, we're not going to give ratings on this, but I would still say, though, that I just give it a high recommendation.
I do, too. Again, especially if you love Courage. And I mean, if you like Scooby-Doo, too, of course. But I'm just saying...
There's nitpicks. There's nitpicks, but no actual flaws, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. It's not something like, oh my god, crazy, gonna change the landscape or anything, but it's just a fun movie of these just two characters.
A bit of a love letter, too.
That's what it really is. It's just a love letter.
Yep, so yeah, get it on either Blu-ray or digital, what have you. Check it out, and hey, in about a month from now, Alex will be joining me, and one of our marathons is going to be the the Middle Earth movie. So
yes, so we're probably this review will probably come out in like 20 years from now. We're going to be stuck watching those movies forever.
Yep. So we'll be seeing you guys then, and hey, maybe I might do something between now and then. Who knows?
Yeah, and I would definitely like to do more stuff with you over this, Rob. This has been a lot of fun, man.
Definitely.
It's been a long time since I've done this with you.
Yep, definitely. Now, of course, we have to find some other movies that we are both watching at the same time to do that, but...
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I've got. We'll catch you guys later.
All right, see you guys. Bye.